Starting a business in Finland as a foreigner, that's gonna be the hot topic of today's video. And today I'm going to share you 8 tips on how to launch your business in Finland. Let's go check it right now. What up, fantastic? Welcome to another video. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Aleksi and I make fantastic videos about Finnish culture, lifestyle and language. So if you're into those kind of things, hit the subscribe and the bell button as well. Number 1, check your right to become an entrepreneur in Finland. Because the only criteria to launch a business in Finland is the fact that you need a permanent residence in the European Economic Area country. So you don't even have to be in Finland to start a business in Finland. Pretty crazy, right? So for example, if you have permanent residence in Germany, you can start a business here in Finland. Sehr good. But if you live outside the EEA, then you need a residence permit to become an entrepreneur in Finland. And I won't be going too deep on this because there's actually a lot of stuff regarding the residence permit for entrepreneurs. However, if you are already in Finland by some other grounds like working or studying, you can actually start a business, but you have to check this from your current residence permit. I'll put some links in the description where you can read more. Number 2, pick a name for your business and register it. Like any business, also your multi-millionaire to come business needs a kick-ass name. Basically, there are no really crazy restrictions on this, as long as you use common sense. And what's pretty good, when you register your name, it will also give you a nationwide protection. Good stuff. Basically, it means that no one else can use that. And the registration will be done again at the trade register maintained by the Finnish Patent and Registration Office. And the registration process is very straightforward, very quick. You can do it online. It takes maybe 15 minutes and then you can boom, become an entrepreneur. What's the downside though, that the registration portal is only available in Finnish and Swedish, which might sound a little bit weird, and actually it does if you ask me as well. But I believe if you just use Google Translate or have a Finnish friend to help you carry through it, it's gonna be quite straightforward. Number 3, get familiar with the forms of enterprises. And in Finland there's actually a lot of different options for different business enterprise forms. And I'm just quickly gonna list them to you. Entrepreneur, also known as toiminimi. Limited liability company, also known as osakeyhtiö. Partnership, also known as avoinyhtiö. Limited partnership, also known as kommandiittiyhtiö. And the name also reminds me about commando company. And then it's also cooperative associations, also known as osuuskunta. And I'm not gonna go through all this, we could make a separate video about this, but I'm just gonna cover the most 2 common ones that are most useful to you to know. First of all is the entrepreneur or private entrepreneur, also known as toiminimi. And this is the simplest and easiest way to start doing business. And the basic idea of this form is that you just become an entrepreneur and you can start using a business name to do business. And you make the decisions and everything by yourself, and you can actually do this together with a spouse. You can also employ other dudes or dudettes as well, and this works amazingly for part-time stuff. For example, I have a toiminimi for this YouTube stuff because this is kind of like my side business. So this works extremely well for side businesses. And there's only one small negative side to this. You are personally liable for the debts and liabilities for this business farm. If you bankrupt, you make lots of debt, you're basically personally liable to cover all the shit that might happen to your business. And I'll give you soon another example, so stick around. And in this form, you don't pay yourself salary, but instead you use these things we call personal drawings. Let me give an example. So let's say you make 10,000 euro profit. If you take this 10,000 euro from the business bank account to yourself as a personal drawing, and then you spend it on like holiday trips, booze, cigarettes, whatever, you still have to pay the tax from the 10,000 euro even if you withdraw and spend the money. So that's the idea of these personal drawings. Okay, let's compare this to osakeyhtiö or limited company. And this is probably the most commonly used company form. And you can found an osakeyhtiö with 1 or more persons. And the voting power, profit and liabilities depend on how many shares the owners own. And you can be paid either salary and or dividends. And what is the most fundamental difference, for example, compared to toiminimi, is that this is a separate business entity. And there's a few plus sides to this. For example, the shareholders are only liable for the company's commitments based on the capital they invested in the company. So let's say that you've invested 2,000 euro capital to the osakeyhtiö. So for example, if you made like crap loads of debt and everything, the business goes bankrupt, that's all the risk that you have. So basically your personal ass is only on the line based on the money you invested, and that's the risk you have. And the number 4 is bookkeeping and accounting. And by law, all entities and people who are engaging in business are required to keep books. Basically it means that you have to account all costs, profits, sales, procurements, everything. And you can do this by yourself, or you can outsource it. But my recommendation is don't do it by yourself, because first of all you have to be really good at accounting, And secondly, you have to know the business accounting law in Finnish or in Finland, so it's a lot of work. And you will save so much time by just outsourcing. For example, I have a personal accountant and she does everything for you. When I buy something or, I just take a picture of the receipt and then I just send it to Google Drive, and she does all the accounting and bookkeeping for me, and I can focus to make more videos and grow my YouTube business. And of course, you want to also get a separate bank account for your business because it will be easier to handle and manage all the accounting and bookkeeping. Number 5 is the taxation. And you probably know that Finland is a really expensive country because we pay so much taxes. Well, while it's true, I definitely want to introduce you a few important forms of taxes we have, and especially if you're starting to do business. First of all, we have the VAT or value added tax. And VAT is basically a consumption tax which is added on goods and services. And in Finland we have 3 different rates: 10%, 14% and 24%. And 24% is the mostly used. And the VAT must be paid by any company in any form. And the VAT is just a way how the state makes money. But there's one interesting point about the VAT. So let's say you invoice your customer 1,000 euro plus the 24% VAT. So that will be 1,000 euro plus 240 euros VAT. So in total you will invoice 1,240 euros. And basically this 240 euros you owe to the state because it's the VAT. But let's say you also buy an 800 euro computer to help your business. And the price of this one is like 800 base price and 24% VAT, which equals 192 euros. And you can actually deduct this VAT from your purchases from the sales VAT. So basically 240 euro minus 192 euro is the equal that you have to pay to the state. So basically you can deduct all the VATs on your purchases. The second type of tax we have is the income tax, and basically this is just a tax that you pay on your earned salaries and incomes. There's nothing really much to say about this, and this is progressive. The more you earn, the more you pay taxes. But then we have this thing called the advance tax. And basically when you're doing business, you usually pay your taxes in advance. Let's say I start a new accounting term next year, 2020, and let's say my estimation for profits is 20,000 euro. And the idea is that I will pay the amount of tax from that estimation in advance to the state. And the idea is because the state wants the taxes beforehand. And this can be also adjusted during the year. So if you notice that you're gonna earn much more or much less, then you can adjust it, and also the advance taxes will be adjusted accordingly. Then we have the corporate tax. And this is 20% fixed. So it doesn't matter how much your business makes money, it's always 20%. It doesn't matter if you have 10,000 euros or 1 million, it's always 20% tax. And this is only for like business entities like osakeyhtiöt. And then we have final taxation, and the idea of final taxation is that at the end of the year you will file your tax returns and file your full profits and turnovers to the state. If you pay too much advance taxes, you will get the tax return, or if you pay too less taxes in advance tax, you get something we call the back tax or matgut, and then you have to kind of pay the difference in retrospect to the state. The real taxation will be always evaluated after the term. Number 6 is the different business services. Luckily, there are a number of useful services and websites which provide valuable information, especially for foreigners who want to do business in Finland. And one of them is, for example, New Co Helsinki. And they offer different kinds of services, ranging from business advisory services to creating your business plan. I'll put again some links in the description, you can check them out there. Number 7, permits and notifications. So there are a number of fields of businesses in Finland which require to send you a notification to authorities and seek a permit to actually run that type of business. For example, restaurants, hair salons and food stores require you a permit because not anyone can just start running a business like that in these kind of fields. So the idea is that they just make sure that all the people who start this kind of business are doing things properly. And some fields even require a professional competency, like social services or nursing. Imagine if they let me do some nursing stuff. And the next point is the free entrepreneur course for immigrants in Finland. So if you want to get the free training on how to become an entrepreneur in Finland, I have some good news for you. Because the LAHTI University of Applied Sciences will organize a business course for highly educated immigrants. And in this course you will develop your entrepreneur skills, learn professional Finnish language, as well as improving your employability to make yourself more appealing for potential employers. And the course will be done in Finnish with English supported. And the teaching is done mostly remotely with a few face-to-face meetings as well. There's only 2 requirements for this course: a bachelor's degree and a Finnish level of A2.2. And the deadline for the sign up is 15th October, so make sure you don't miss out. Click the link in the description for the full details and sign up instructions, and make sure to claim your place in the free business training in Finland. And make sure to also hit the subscribe button to get more fantastic videos in the future as well, and hit the bell button as well. I'll see you next time. So much.